create your Signup Genius for parent-teacher conferences. So open up your web browser and go to signupgenius.com. If you do not have an account, click on the green Create a Sign Up button and it will take you through all of the steps to create your account. Make sure that you use your Guadalupe Center's email so that it is tied back to the school. If you already have your account created, click on Login, put in all your info, and get all the way in. It's going to show you the signups that you've created in the past. As you can see, I have some on here already. But we're going to make a new one for this year. So I'm going to click the green Create a Sign Up button. The first thing it's going to have you do is put in a title. I recommend putting in the year and the season since we do them in the fall and the spring. So mine this time is just going to be 2023 Fall Conferences. Then you're going to come and select the Guadalupe Centers. This is why we made sure we used the Guadalupe Center's email. This you can leave just in the general. This one we're going to put into education. Over here to pick what we want it to look like, and it's going to show us an example down here, we're going to click over here and change it to free because we don't want to spend our time looking at ones that cost money. So as you can see, there's a lot of them, and you can keep scrolling through and find anything that sounds good to you. Or if you have a certain word you want to look for, like if I want to look for crayons, I'm going to type that in here and it'll show me my options. So pick which one you want. Again, you can kind of see what it looks like down here. You can make changes to all of these parts. Make sure your name is correct on here. This shows the directions for how they're supposed to fill it out. So I always edit this area to change it just a little bit. So to do so, we're going to click on the pencil. It's very easy. It's just text to put in. So I'm going to take this out and I'm just going to say, please sign up for a conference time. But because we have so many Spanish-speaking families, we want to make sure it's in Spanish as well. If you're like me and I know basic stuff, but I don't want to risk getting it incorrect, I'm going to copy that. I'm going to go over to Google Translate with the English to Spanish, and I'm going to get the Spanish version to put on here as well. So now it has it in both. Again, what you say in there is up to you. In the springtime, when we do our student-led conferences, I always make sure to put in there that the child needs to attend as well. So this is a time where you can put anything you want to lay out. Again, now you see it's changed it. Once you're happy with the way this part of it looks, you're ready to save and continue. Next, we're going to start putting in our times. So there's a few different options that you can use. We're going to leave it as sort by date, and we're going to add our dates. Obviously, this will vary depending on the year and the time that we're doing this, but I'm going to pick the 27th, and I'm going to pick the 28th of September for on here. You can add these things in, but I would not recommend it. Just pick the times on this particular screen. So we're going to click Add. So as you can see, it put my 2 dates on here. Now we need to add in the different time slots. So we're going to click on Add Slot. What I would recommend is starting with the overlapping times. So on the one day, we go after the kids are there. So we do that one from 2 to 7. And on the other day, we have a full day from 10 to 7. So I'm going to start with the 2 to 7 first. So here's what I'm going to put. I'm going to put my 2 o'clock. And I always do them in increments of 25. So I have 5 minutes in between to get reset. So I do 2. Actually, sorry, we'll do 30 because that's what we do. So do your 2 to 2:30 p.m. You only want one on all the dates. So we're going to leave this in here. Then we're going to go and say save, add another. So next I would do 2:30 to 3 p.m. Leave it on all days because those are times that are on both days. Doing one more here. Do 3 o'clock to 3:30 p.m. So you would keep doing that all the way up until 7 o'clock as your last ending time. So then we're going to say save and add another. Now I need to add just the ones that have that specific time on the day that we do it full day. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to say 10 o'clock to 10:30 a.m. I'm going to come to all dates. I don't want it on all the days because on Wednesday we're going to have kids at that time. So I'm going to take that away by unchecking it and click done. So now it's only going to put that time slot on Thursday. Let's do one more for this time just to show. So I'm going to type 10:30 to 11 a.m. Click on all dates, uncheck the Wednesday because I don't want that one. Click done. And then I can just say save. We'll pretend like we put all of them in up until 2 o'clock for this one. So now you can see that they're all in here. Now if you're looking at this and you're thinking, yeah, but it put these at the bottom, you're right, we don't want it that way. But it's a really easy fix. So when they're out of order, you can just come up here and click the sort slots. It's these two arrows right here. And you can just move them up and click save. So now they're in the right order. But it'll save you having to type them in for both days and things like that. If you need to make a change to something, you can click the pencil on that time. If you mess up and you accidentally add one, like if I had accidentally put the 10 o'clock on this day and I don't want it, you just click the X to get rid of it. Once you have everything in there the way you like it, you're ready to move down and go to save and continue again. Now this part is an important part to make sure you pay attention to. This is going to be what the parents have to put in to sign up. So name is always required. It has the default set for email to be required. We do not want to do this. Some of our parents do not have an email address. So change that to optional. On the comment, however, we want to change this one to be required. We're also going to come over here and we're going to click on the little button to edit comment. In this section, we're going to say, rather than comment, so take that out, so highlight it all, take it out, we're going to say, do you need an interpreter? And I totally spelled that wrong. There we go. Again, we want to make sure we have it in Spanish as well. So I'm going to highlight the whole thing. And yes, I'm going to fix that. There we go. And you're going to go to your Google Translate again. Bring it back over here. I'm going to just use my arrow keys to move to the end. I'm going to put a backslash in there so they can see it. Put it in the Spanish by pasting. And I'm going to update it. So you can kind of see that it starts up here. Do you need an interpreter? If you hover over it, it shows the whole thing. So this will require them to put in a yes or a no on whether they needed an interpreter, which is important, especially at the beginning of the year when we're just starting to get to know some of them. You can add more things if you want to. This is all we really need. Just make sure you turn off email and you add the interpreter part in. As you scroll down, it shows some other things. You don't need to worry about any of those. Those are all set and okay. So click Save and Continue. Now it's going to show you your whole form. So you can see there's my top part, tells them to sign up in English and in Spanish. Then this is what it looks like for them. It's going to show that there's one slot available. When they go to sign up, it will do that. And if you, again, this is just showing what they would have. I don't know if it will go through. Yeah. So then it would show that they would then go on to the next part, which would be this participant form. So this is what they would fill out for that. So you can see it asks, do you need an interpreter? So they would type in here, they would put their name. They do not have to put their email address. So it shows, but it's not something that they'll have to do. And then they'll click sign up. Then you will get an email saying that that time has been taken. And it will be showed as who has it for you when you go in to look. So once you're happy with it all, so once you've looked through it and you like everything, you can click publish. So this is the part that you'll need to send out to parents. This right here shows the link to that particular sign up. So you're going to copy the link. Then you would get into whatever you're going to use, whether it be talking points or some other thing. You're going to use that, type up your message, put that link in there so they're able to sign up. You also need to put this sign up link into the spreadsheet that the principals send out for us to keep track of all of this. That way, when a parent calls the office is able to click on the link in that spreadsheet for each teacher and be able to help sign up parents who need that help. But once you get to that point, you are all done. When you come back to your Signup Genius, then I'm going to sign up so I can see it. When you log in, you'd see it. So just like we saw all these here in the past, here's my new one, 2023 Fall Conferences. I can click it and it'll show it to me. So right now, obviously, it shows that I have all open slots. But if there were other ones, you could start to see that it has their names in there. So if you have any questions as you're setting it up, let me or someone else on your team know, and we can help you figure it out.